event and you look at yourself in your nice clothes, you always put your head up straight and you look around. But then what you don't realise is once you come away from that mirror and you're walking around with your head tilted forward, your posture just doesn't look good and you don't look as good. So there's a sort of aesthetics part of not having a forward head tilt. But there's also a structural part where sort of you start getting sore shoulders. That's not where your head's meant to be. So if your head is meant to sit straight on your neck, if it sits forward, that increases the actual weight of it. So you're carrying more weight, and the more you carry it forward, the more weight there is in it, and then the more your body wants to hunch forward. So we want to just correct that by taking it back. The exercise we're going to do was taught to me by Steve Maxwell, who is a strength and conditioning coach. He traveled the world, I think it was for 12 years, just with a backpack, and taught all over the world. He's one of my initial breathwork instructors, mobility instructors, and also strength. So this is one of the techniques that he showed me. I put a video up before. If you go to the WJJF Ireland page, you'll see the video, or sorry, the photograph of somebody who we did a wee test, put their head against the wall, and then took a photograph, then did the same test after doing the exercise, and you could see the difference that his head had started to correct. And one of the reasons that there's problems is that the muscles on your back start to become weak and they're not being used. So we need to start using them again. This exercise, there's a wee byproduct to this exercise. I'll tell you what it is. As we age, we start to lose peripheral vision, so you can't see out the sides just as much. And that's part of the aging process. And it's part of the aging process because we don't use our eyes in that way. We don't look sideways. Our ancestors, when they were sort of trekking through the forest, they'd be watching for their peripheral vision, would be there to see any danger. There's no danger like that anymore. So we start to close our vision in. So we want to keep our vision good. So this is very good for your vision as well. Breathing, as everything, is part of it. So we're going to show you the breathing that I use for that. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it once and I'll do it a second time. You can either do it with me, or you can just watch the video and then try it later on. It'd be really good if you took a wee photograph before, took a wee photograph after, and seen if there was any changes. If there's no change in the first time, do it a second time or a third time and see if there's any change. And if there's not, do it for a few days. You know, if it's taken 4, 5, 6 years for your neck to start sitting forward, then it's not going to be corrected in sort of three minutes. But there can be a certain level of correction when we wake up these muscles. Okay, we'll go for it. So this is called a Sphinx position. So I've got my hands on the mat. I'm going to change this camera angle so you can see it a wee bit better. There you go. So that's the position we need to be in. We're going to put our hands open, or you can close your fists, either of the two. You can see my shoulders are reasonably level with my elbows. And I'll turn side on so you can see, and that's the sort of position. You don't want to be out here, you don't want to be in here. So you want it just slightly further. So it's not right above, just slightly back. So that's the first part. So we're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is, we're going to take our chin down towards our throat. And you get a bit of a stretch in the back of the neck doing that. So we're going to breathe out, and then we're going to breathe in and look as high as you can. So you want to actually be looking through your eyebrows towards the ceiling. Now there's sun coming into my eyes, so it's making it difficult for me, but you can do it anyway. So it's just down and then push up. That's too far to start with. And you'll feel it in your mid back. You shouldn't feel it in your lower back. You should feel it in your mid back and obviously in your neck. So you'll start to be wakening up muscles. So we're going to go down, breathe out, then go back up, look up through your eyebrows, and down. That's 2. We're going to do 10. 3, and down. 4, and down. 5, and down. 6, and down. 7, and down. 8, and down. 9, look all the way through your eyebrows, and down. Last one's 10. So that's the first. There's only 3 parts to this exercise, but that's the first part. So you may feel it where you feel the back of your neck is starting to open up, and predominantly for me, I will feel it around about here. Okay, and that's what you want to feel. You don't want to feel the smaller back. Next part, I'm going to put the 2 together. So just a couple other things while I'm doing it. I'll turn around this side so you can see. So if you look at my feet are pushed back and they're nice and relaxed. Now, for some of you, your feet will be like that, and that's okay. But the reason your feet are like that are because you haven't got much mobility from your feet. So you want to start increasing the mobility as well. If it's too sore, just ease it off a bit, but you want to start to, you know, byproduct, we want to stretch this part of the foot out as well. Okay, so we're into the again. Position. So elbows down, fists closed or hands open, whichever you prefer. Doesn't matter, either or. And what we're going to do is we're going to look over our shoulder. And if you can imagine, there's someone standing basically between my legs down here, and I'm trying to look towards their face. So I'm going to turn and with my eyes reach as far through as I can and look, come back into neutral and look, and down, back into neutral. Look as far back as you can between your legs and down and back and down. Now your hips may move slightly, they might rock from side to side, and that's okay. It's not a problem. Where you want to feel this is your mid-back. If you feel it in your mid-back and your neck, that means it's working. Okay? The discomfort you feel is part of the process. If you don't feel, you know, everything in life that you have that's worthwhile is there's been a bit of discomfort in getting it. If you want to have a child, there's discomfort in having a child. If you want to pass a driving test, there's that discomfort of learning and going through the process of doing the test. Everything, you have to pay a price, and the price for not having forward head tilt, tax neck, whatever you want to call it, is doing exercise and stuff from doing that. Okay, we'll give you a few other tips as well. So from here, we're going to do this again. We did 2, we'll do another 8. So fists either closed, hands open, doesn't matter which, elbows in line with your shoulders, head comes down, take it up to neutral, and turn and look as far behind as you can, and it's your eyes will draw the body with them. That's 1, that side, neutral, 2, neutral, 3, neutral, I think that's 4, might have lost count there, 5, really twist into it, feel the stretch, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. So that's it. So we've done the up and down, and then we've done the twist. You see that when I'm doing this, I'm not doing it fast, because when you're moving into a sort of a mobility or a stretch or doing any strength training, you don't want to do it too fast, because you know, if you have any difficulty, you want to know as you ease into it. So the first time we did it fairly sort of relaxed, didn't go too far, and we're just building in a wee bit further. Where your eyes go, your body follows. So if you really look as far as you can and then back in, then that'll draw the muscles, and you may feel it that you're feeling it in the middle of your back or the back of your neck. I'm going to sit up for a second, have a quick chat. So, I'll change this so you can see me more. Okay, so a couple of things, especially for your kids, that if they're starting to develop this neck posture, is that when they're using their phone and when they're using their laptop, as you'll see when I was talking to you, I was sitting in this position. We'll encourage your kids, if they're on their laptop, to work on their laptop, and in fact you can do it yourself. Use your laptop where it's here, so that your head is in that backward position. We're stretching our neck just by doing that. So you can work on your phone here. Other things you can do is, if if you know, they say that sitting is the new smoking, because our bodies aren't designed to sit. So one of the things you can do is you can have your phone here, and you can sit like this, put your elbows here. So I'm getting a bit of a sort of stretch on my legs. I'm sitting up in a better posture, putting my elbows on my knees, which is putting them down a wee bit to open them up a wee bit, and I can use my phone, but it keeps my head, like my head position, when I'm using the phone sitting like this. You know, my posture is reasonably good. It's not perfect, but and if you're trying this yourself, then you may find that you may not be able to do the lying down one for too long, but maybe do the lying down one, just sitting up one, just move about. Okay, maybe when you're sitting on a seat, have your leg up, have your other leg up, so you're getting a wee bit of a stretch while you're on your phone. Okay, we're going to go through this one more time, and this time we're going to elongate the stretches. So we're just going to do a couple, but we're going to do them a wee bit longer. So first one again, elbows tucked in, position, hands open, fists closed, level the shoulders, feet pushing back the way. And all we're going to do is we're going to bring our head down, and then we're going to push up. This time we're going to hold that position. We're going to take a breath in. So you get a wee sniff of air into your nose, and then a wee sniff of air out your nose. And just as you do that breath out, don't know what happened there. We had a technical issue. I don't know how far you've seen. I was talking away and then realised that it cut out. So I'll just go over a couple of things that I just said. And they were that, as far as trying to correct that forward head tilt, there's some things you can do. That those are brilliant exercises, and I'll go through a wee bit further in the exercises. But some of the things you can do are, when you are working on a laptop or you're working on your phone, or your kids, if you want your kids not to have that neck posture, is to get them to actually sit on the line of ground, you know, and use their phones where their head is tilted back. So instead of it always going forward, you're correcting it by tilting back away. Same thing on a laptop. You can work on a laptop like that. So that's a good way. Now, if you aren't used to doing that, then you'll feel it on your back and you'll feel it on your neck. So just do it for a while, then come out, maybe into another position. This is a good position to work on your phone, because it gives you good posture, like that. So that's a good position, and then you can work between the two, and sitting on a seat or sitting on the floor, or sitting. Get another good one. This is a good one for stretching the legs. You can sort of do your work there, but also always focus on keeping your head upright. So we're going to go back into this exercise we taught, which is the Sphinx. Okay. So either fist closed, hands open, doesn't matter whichever sort of you feel is right for you. Okay, so hands can be open, fists can be closed. Shoulders level with the elbows, and the elbows slightly forward from the shoulders. So it's level as in down in that position instead of out the way, and slightly forward. So all you're going to do is you're going to drop. This time we're holding it for a bit longer, so you push up. So that's as far as I can go at this point in time, but my body gets used to it, and I take a breath in, take a breath out, and go a wee bit further, and you'll see just a wee bit further my body was able to go. I'm going to feel it on my back at this point. I'm going to do it again. Take a breath in, take a breath out, and you can see I was able to go a bit further, and it was a bit uncomfortable at that point, harder to speak. Get the stretch in my throat as well, and slowly ease that off. Okay, always ease off an exercise, don't go too fast. But that one really does open up the neck. So you do the same thing on both sides. So I'm going to turn my head, I'm going to look as far behind as you can, and you'll see on this, I'm not fooling about it, I'm going as far as I can, but just because when you take a breath in and when you take a breath out, it relaxes you. When you do that breath out, you can go a wee bit further. So you'll see how much further my head goes. Now I have a wee bit of restriction on my right side just from injuries throughout the years. 40 years of jiu-jitsu, you're going to have a few injuries. So I go from a weaker side first, and that's what I would say to you. Use your weaker side first, where you're more focused. Okay, so you're just turning around, you're looking towards, imagine there's somebody standing between your legs, you're looking up towards their face. I'm going to take a breath in, take a breath out, and I'll go a wee bit further. I'm going to do it again. Take a breath in, take a breath out, a wee bit further. One more time. Take a breath in, Take a breath out. And just hold that. And then slowly come out of it. And I can really feel that stretch in my neck and the mid back. And we're going to go to the other side. So from here, we'll look over this way. And I'm going to go as far as you can. So that's as far as I can go at this point. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. A wee bit more. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. A wee bit more. One more time. Breath in. Breath out. And then hold. I'm going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly ease it. Okay, so that's the exercises. They're quite simple, they're quite easy, but like everything else, they only work when you do. So if it's great to go and try it once and it have a good positive effect, or try it once and feel those muscles on your back start, you know, they've been asleep for quite some time, you're waking them up. Shouldn't be your lower back, it should be sort of up around here, up at the sides, and also on the neck. Again, when you're doing an exercise, take it easy, don't go too hard, don't go too fast, ease into everything. So as I said at the start, this is for text neck, and you know, some people will change their text neck because they want to be fitter and they want to be stronger, and that does affect all your muscles. And for other people it'll be looks, you know. So we've all seen people who have necks that are sitting too far forward, and what I said on the first video was that if you're going to a wedding or you're going out on Saturday night and you put your good clothes on, you get your hair nice, and maybe put your makeup on, and you look in front of the mirror and you look at yourself, and what do? You straighten out your back and you bring your head up. So you're looking at yourself at the best possible angle. But then when you go out, you forget about having your head up and your head goes forward, and it's just not going to be as attractive. So we want to create that form where our head's always sitting up. Your body functionally is meant to move in a certain way. It's meant to be mobile. You're meant to be fit and strong. You're meant to be healthy. Your body wants to be fit and strong and healthy. Sometimes we feed our body stuff that isn't going to make us healthy just because it feels good at the time, but we always regret it afterwards. But our body's fighting against that. So it wants to be in good position, but we put it in poor positions. Obviously, if you're sitting like that all day long, your body's going to start getting into that position. You're actually molding it into that position. So you want to correct your position when you can and be a bit more mindful. So mindfulness is brilliant. Not necessarily the way it's taught is it brilliant, but being mindful of the way your posture is, what you're doing throughout the day. So guys, that's me done for today. Tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of my strength training. My equipment for my strength training are basically either my jiu-jitsu belt, or I also use this, and these are forklift straps. They're straps that you use for moving furniture, but I use them for my weight training. So all my training is body weight exercises. It's a thing called time under load or time under tension, and really works well for me. I switched to it about 5 years ago, and I used to always have wee niggling, not a massive injury, but niggling injuries with my strength training. And since I've started doing this, I haven't had any injuries from the strength training at all. So I'll show you some of that tomorrow, around about 11 o'clock. Guys, don't forget to post, or if you take a photograph and it does work, and then post it. If it doesn't work, again, I'd like to know. But again, if it doesn't work, stick at it for a wee while and keep working. It's only through putting work in you're going to get the results. And the last thing is, don't forget to have a breathwork course teaching you guys how to teach your kids how to breathe correctly. It is unbelievable. 50% of kids don't breathe correctly, and has massive effects. You know, it worsens their hay fever, worsens their asthma, worsens their attention span, worsens their behavior. It also changes their facial structure. They can get overcrowding of the teeth in the mouth. You know, sleep apnea and things like that people have in later life can be caused by the facial structure changing as a child. So really worth doing, and it's 2 hours, good investment of time, and we're raising money for the Children's Hospice. So it's £10. So the link is on this page somewhere. Guys, see you soon. Have a great day. Another beautiful day. I'm going to do a bit of office work. I've got a class tonight, and I will see you all soon, hopefully. Bye for now.